Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and in today's video we're going to take a quick look at some Season 4 changes they've just put out just prior to the season actually launching. Just a few pretty small news update, and some other stuff related to like Dragonflight as well. So just a few Wowhead posts that I thought were maybe enough to make a video about. May disagree about whether or not there's enough content here, but first of all, we've got some Stone Legion Generals nerfs, which in my opinion are very good, because I think this is not a boss they should have be a hard boss in the Fated ecosystem, because this boss sucks. It's the worst boss they've ever made, and the less time we have to spend fighting it, the better. So, Stone Legion Generals, what are the nerfs we're seeing here? So, I've actually seen a couple different sets of data mined nerfs to this that disagree with each other. The Wowhead one here actually has a fairly tame nerf to the Mythic difficulty, which is that the small orbs from the Stone Legion Generals in the intermission give Renethal more mana, which means you can do it in 5 commandos instead of 7, or if you take Goliath into the intermission, you could do it in 3 commandos instead of 4, which is a small nerf to the difficulty of the intermission. 1 extra second to soak the Reverberating Eruption as well, which is the big earthquakes that you gotta go and have people stand in and place the new ones in good spots around the room, right? You'd place that all around the room, and like, you know, here, right? And get your Reverberating Eruptions soaked that way. So that's the Wowhead changes to Mythic. I have seen in other sources, other secret data mining sources, that perhaps there's also a nerf to the, this might actually be a bigger nerf than this, and you might need only like 2 and 2 instead of 2 and 3 to get out of the intermission, and the knockback from the end of the intermission might be a lot smaller as well. So if those are also in, then that will be pretty serious nerfs. Otherwise, this is kind of medium nerfs, but the fight will not be that much different than it would have been without these nerfs. To be fair, the fight is still, it shouldn't be too, like anybody who did the pre-nerf version of SLG, they're releasing the post all those nerfs version, right? The end of Season 1 SLG plus a little bit more nerfs, so it shouldn't be too bad. There's even more on Heroic as well. The intermission phase getting shorter there as well. The Soul Taint Effigy is starting at a lower percentage of health on the Goliaths, and again, the Eruptions going on longer. The Wicked Blade's not doing an AoE anymore, so definitely some nice nerfs there for Heroic. Normal, the Eruption nerf, and LFR also a nerf to how much damage increase the Goliath buffs itself with every time it casts Ravenous Hunger, and also that same Reverberating Eruption nerf. Also a small bug fix to Huntsman Altimore, where you guys remember sometimes it wouldn't apply the damage increase when you kill the last dog. Seems like they've either fixed it or tried something to try and fix this. Okay, so yeah, we're still not sure what the Fated difficulty is going to look like. I will have videos coming out throughout the week based on what my guild runs into on those fights, how hard they feel in comparison to Sanctum and Sepulchre and all those other raids, and Castle Nathria the first time. What sort of things you can expect on Mythic. May end up doing Fated Heroic as well, so I may have video content about that, or I might not. So whatever I do, I'll end up making videos about. We also have a little note about Season 4. There's a post that was complaining about no Havoc Demon Hunter tuning, and the playstyle of the Sinful brand demonic playstyle for Havoc, and they've said that they view it as a preferred playstyle issue, not a balanced one, which I think is actually pretty fair. No changes to make Havoc specifically. The primary issue is players do not enjoy the playstyle. We don't think this is the point of the expansion is the appropriate time to disrupt players. However, we acknowledge the feedback you're giving and will be sure not to bring this particular gameplay forward into Dragonflight. So they haven't even said we acknowledge the feedback you're giving and we'll take it into account. Like they say, we'll be sure not to bring this particular gameplay forward into Dragonflight. So they agree that the Sinful brand playstyle, at least, is not something that they want. So the Havoc DH talent tree speculation, this is a little bit of good information for what that might look like. They have fixated on the Sinful brand I-beam stuff rather than like the demonic versus momentum clash or conflict, so we'll see how that works out, or maybe you'll be able to choose both. That'd be kind of cool. So yeah, that's the thing there. And then the final thing they've done is it looks like, stuck to their guns so far on the decision to have the Slime Cat only available on normal or higher. Now, my understanding is this has always been the plan for Blizzard, but when they initially put the achievements into the game, which have actually been in the game since the start of 9.2.5, they said any difficulty instead of normal difficulty or higher, which led to a lot of people, of course, assuming that LFR would be included in there, despite the fact that Blizzard didn't, I guess, internally intend for that. And so then they clarified in a blue post that the Slime Cat is not going to be possible to get through Raid Finder, and you'll have to do it on normal or higher. And to clarify again, to get this achievement, you have to do all of the bosses in Fated across all 3 of the raids, right? You have to. It's not just like kill the last bosses; it's do all the bosses on normal or higher. So if you're looking for that mount, doing at least, like, you know, making sure you don't miss a boss, making sure you find some nice normal run to clear through the whole thing is a good idea. If you do Heroic, the same thing, you get a title called Hero of Fates, and if you do it on Mythic, you'll get dungeon or raid teleports to all the 3 Shadowlands raids, which I feel like are pretty cool rewards. I definitely empathize with people who were planning to get this on LFR, given that the achievement did say that, but it shouldn't be too bad on normal, and I suspect that the tuning across normal, heroic, and mythic will be lower than it is in a usual tier because of the fact that, you know, it's changing which raid is active every week and people are kind of having to relearn. I don't think they're going to want to make that something that happens alongside the difficulty being high. So my guess is this will feel pretty, like if you're a normal raider and if you clear 11 out of 11 normal usually, my guess is this should be pretty achievable. Just make sure you're in for all the bosses, obviously, and yeah, that's the news. That's a quick little news update video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned later this week as I will have a bunch of Season 4 Raid and Mythic Plus and Dragonflight Alpha content, whatever I can make some content on. Or even if there's no content and just some little blue posts, I'll make some videos too. Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.